Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Boise State Esports Arena, joining us for our final week of the PEC, concluding with a game of Smash Bros. Up against Nebraska this week. My name is Bryce Jensen. I'm your host for today. I'm joined by my co-host, Eric, and welcome to the Boise State Esports Arena for our final featured home game of the semester. This will be the conclusion of week 9 of the PEC. All of the people here are going to be watching the Boise State Super Smash Bros. Team close it out against Nebraska tonight. And I can tell you what, I am incredibly excited to watch it. I've been following Smash Bros. All year. I think this is going to be a great way to end off the season.
Yeah, I'm actually so proud of this team. Hearing the story that they've gone through, looking at the previous season going to now, the fact that they are taking games off a lot of these teams and taking wins off a lot of these teams. In a season where we've expanded, where things have gotten more competitive, they've been able to step up, they've been able to grow throughout the season, and now it's just one last game to end it off.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, this is going to be one game that nobody is going to want to miss. And let's take a quick look at the last week of the PEC, because in just about every regard, last week was a major barn burner. Week 8 of the PEC delivered major shakeups across the Smash standings. Michigan State continues its unstoppable run, improving to a perfect 6-0 after another commanding performance. Minnesota remains close behind at 5-2, locking themselves in as clear number 2 team after a strong 2-0 win over Kansas. Kansas slides to 3-3, sitting themselves firmly in the middle of the pack. Boise State bounced back in a big way as well, taking a clean 2-0 sweep over Ohio State, climbing to 2-4 on the season. Meanwhile, at the bottom, Baylor remains winless at 0-7, still searching for their breakthrough moment. With only a few weeks left, the pressure is rising, especially for those mid-table teams fighting for the playoff position. Week 8 set the stage, and now everything gets tighter from here. And Week 9 of Super Smash Bros. Season, while it is upon us, there are a few really big matchups today. We have the undefeated Michigan State going up against Ohio State, another really big player in the conference. We have Nebraska going up against Boise State. That's the one here tonight. That is your featured game, the final one of the semester, as well as Kansas playing Syracuse. You can hear the excitement on the crowd. We're actually giving out some of our patented player trading cards tonight, and it is going to be great. And of course, rounding out the buys, we have Minnesota and Baylor. They are not going to be going this week, but the 3 matchups we have here tonight are definitely going to be something to remember. And in an attempt to educate the audience about the PEC and its schools, we actually ran a quick Q&A with our players to see just how much they know about Nebraska.
Okay, that's Nebraska.
Mm-hmm. They've got an interesting mascot, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's something kind of cool. Are they the Cornhuskers?
University of Nebraska.
Oh,
Where are they? Nebraska.
Who's on the $5 bill?
George Washington.
Okay, there we go. Where are we in Nebraska?
They got our pack openings?
I believe so.
I need a hint.
4 score and 7 years ago.
James Madison.
No. Who was the 16th president?
Hamilton.
No.
Hamilton.
He's on the 10. What president was known for being very honest? You know.
Lincoln.
Lincoln? That's Lincoln.
There you go.
Whatever. I know I'm doing better than Mark. So
All right. And here we go.
Nashville.
Yeah, Nashville in the Mountain West, famously, right?
Oh, yeah, famous. I mean, Tennessee in the Mountain West. totally. But taking a look at some of the players for tonight, we actually have the entire Super Smash Bros. Roster right here with us tonight. We have Eric Lambastida, Tyler Wills, Alexis Arianes, Nolan Jenna, and Jonathan Foraker. All of them going to be here tonight. And you know what? We are incredibly glad that all you guys decided to come tonight because we're doing something very special.
What are we doing?
Are going to be opening up a few packages of our own. Us casters don't get a lot of these. So we gotta cherish these, especially for our home games, and we hope that you guys too. Everybody out in the audience tonight, if you get a signed card, bring it up here so we can show it off to the camera.
Let us see it. Let us see it.
I mean, we're gonna start out with some card openings. We're gonna. Would you like to start us
I
off,
would
Eric?
very much like to start us off in this one. I've been waiting way too long. By the way, I want to show off my pride right here. My signed Durtho card.
Nice.
One of 5, by the way.
Yeah, I actually have the signed Preston card for Rocket League too. So maybe I might have to find a way to steal that one off you.
All right. Let's see what we got coming out here. All right, starting off with our first one. It's going to be Goki's.
The camera's up there. We got a professional card opening setup up here.
All right, and now we got Maxwell. Maxwell right here. I got the
light.
I'm not good with these camera angles. Then, of course, the guy who's playing right now. Okay, you're messing with me. Clear. He's going to be part of the Smash team as well as the Overwatch team on top of that. We got Hex getting picked out as well. Another Durtho for me to add to my Durtho collection, as you can see. Then, of course, we have Prestige. And, yeah, we're just getting a lot of clear today.
Yeah, I mean, it's clear who they want to win.
All right. The Hawaii invite. Of course, we always get all these event cards, which are really freaking awesome, man. But Prestige on top of it.
Yeah, it's
and
like,
of course, if you watch enough Overwatch, you know this, man. Ball is life.
Ball is love, ball is life. And, I really like that Hawaii Invitational card because it really cements a lot of the Boise State victories, like, in stone. This will always be known to have happened. And, honestly, I feel like that is amazing.
Okay. This one, for me, almost completes my Rocket League collection. This is Woozy.
Nice.
So I got my signed Durtho. I got my Woozy. I also have a City Lights Gil. I need just one more, and I'm good. So we got Pete right here. We got Skies from the Valorant squad. And this one, why does this photo look a little different? This almost looks like a high school varsity picture right here. But this is going to be Charper we're getting. Marshall also on the Valorant team. So, yeah, there's my pack. And
nice.
Already, I'm really getting my collection for the Rocket League squad. So I'm pretty happy about that.
Yeah, you got a few pretty good pulls on yours, but now it's time for mine. Let's see if I can pull my own signed card of my own. I mean, this helps. I really like Pokemon cards, and I'll tell you what, it's a lot easier to come in and watch our players play and get one of these packs for free than going out and buying the Pokemon cards. We have a Blackout Goki's card. You're going to be seeing a little bit out of him today. He might be playing a little bit of Joker. We actually don't know what he's playing. But, speaking of Smash Bros., we also got a Nolan card as well. This is Melfor, our star Steve Slayer, the Triple S himself. We got Amanda Bailey, Winston Specialist, Winston Extraordinaire, and knower of all things Primate. We got Matthew Wallace, another clear card. Man, I mean, they got a clear favorite over here. We got another Melfor card. I mean, this is a sign. Melfor is going to tear up house today, I guess.
We got a Melfor angle.
Yeah, we got Sam. I got my own Peter, and I think I got the same card you did. We got another Strider card.
Oh, you got the rare.
And I got the rare Doc Haskell. Wait.
Yeah.
I got a Skelsis.
Throw that card in the trash.
Ooh, shiny.
Not that one though.
Shiny Skelsis card. Heck yeah. We also got Eric almost rounding out the Smash roster, and of course it wouldn't be a pack without having Durtho in it as well.
Of course.
But great pulls out of both of us tonight. No signed cards, unfortunately, but some good cards nonetheless.
I'm just saying, I got my Rocket League collection right here, man. Look at this. I'm missing one, but we got Durtho, we got Woozy, we got Gabriel. I'm pretty happy about that, man. How about you?
I think I have more Melfor cards than I do any other player. I think I have more Melfor cards than I do fighting game player cards.
Yeah, I went hard on the Malfor cards after well, the season this man's had. He's been doing a lot of heavy lifting for the Smash card, so for the Smash team. So I can't even blame you for searching for him.
Yeah, but you know how Boise State is going to end up winning this game?
Ooh, tell me.
They're going to need to follow Doc's keys to the game.
Yes.
Yeah, and Doc's keys to the game in Super Smash Bros. Look for the 2-frame. When in neutral, remember to taunt. That's very important. You got to throw your opponent off balance. And also, roll the dodge. And all of this, of course, brought to you by Blue Ribbon Painting. Doc's keys to the game are brought to you by Blue Ribbon Painting. With over 90 years combined experience, they're proud to be Boise's go-to team of local multi-generational painters who know exactly how to level up your home. For your free estimate, go to blueribbonpainting.net and schedule an appointment today.
Yeah, Doc Haskell, famously a pro Smash player. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Yeah, I mean he's a professional in everything. He's got a very colorful history in Super Smash Bros. But looking at the matchup today, we're going up against Nebraska. They're currently 4-2. From what I've heard, they have a very, very strong roster with a lot of players who play somewhat similar things to what Boise State does. In fact, they got their own Joker aficionado to maybe go up against Gokis today. So really, how do you see Boise State coming out on top in this matchup?
You know, I think at the end of the day, the result of what we're going to get does not matter as much as them just finishing off on a strong hand. One of their biggest opponents coming into this is going to be Smoothie. This is something that was talked a lot by Coach K. And as she went through a lot of her scouting, you know, it is going to be a tough squad for this team to have to go against. They've already gotten 2 wins on the season. I think it would be so much better if they could end it on a team that has a positive win rate right now and, you know, take Nebraska down to size. But again, even if you aren't able to overcome this has been a tremendous season for our Boise squad.
Oh, 100%. I mean, they have improved so much since last season, coming off of a really rough inaugural PEC season to getting 2 wins. I mean, that was about the best that you could ask for, and I think that we've only seen them get stronger and stronger as the season goes on. And I feel like we're going to see that in tonight's game. No matter win or loss, we're going to see these guys continue to grow, especially because we got the whole squad tonight. We're going to see, hopefully, everybody come out. We're going to see a little bit of Starmis, someone new to the roster. We're going to see a bit of Clear. We're going to see a bit of Melfor. We're going to see a little bit of Gokis. We're going to see a little bit of everybody.
Yeah. And that's always a lot of fun because we're seeing a lot in the crowd as well. Over these last couple of weeks, it's been fun seeing this team shape up and seeing some of the hype that they brought. Of course, we've got a massive audience right now. There's the Pikmin in the front rows that always show up in support of Supersonic instantly with the pop-off right there. But, Bryce, I believe this is where I bid my farewell because it's time to introduce a new caster to the Smash Test this time.
Yeah.
We got standing by good old Josh who wants to join us. So, Josh, I'm going to hand you the headset of power. Let's do it.
Yeah, he's good. It's like handing over the Infinity Gauntlet. You got to hand it up. We got Josh here with us tonight. I got the chance to talk with him a little bit earlier. Something a little funny is that when I was talking with him about the Super Smash Bros. And the casting scene, he said to me, man, I hope we get to cast with each other soon. And not 5 seconds later, we learned he was coming up on stage, and I'll tell you what, I cannot be more excited to have a new face up on the Smash casting board, and it's always a good time. So, welcome, everybody. Josh.
All right. Everybody. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for the warm introduction here. I am so stoked to be here casting some BSU Smash. Hello, everyone, to the crowd there. And honestly, I feel so blessed to be able to come in at a time where we have, like, the cards here like this. I just pulled a shiny lyric.
Whoa.
I'm wondering, yeah, I know. I don't want to brag or nothing.
No, it's not bragging. That's just showing what you got. You can't blame anyone for that.
Exactly. I'm wondering, are they feeling the heart of the cards today, though? Or is it just going to be in the packs? We'll find out.
Yeah, how are your guys' card pack openings going? Do we got any hits?
I heard someone got a shiny Yada earlier. Ooh. Yada, who is the #1 2x KO player as well. Nice. Excellent. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little sad. I was looking for a shiny Mata autographed, but we got to keep hunting for that.
Yeah, I was looking to complete my signed Rocket League collection, and unfortunately, I didn't quite find that second one. However, I'm sure that I'll find somebody who has it and is willing to get it to me too. But I'm really excited for this matchup.
Yes,
we got all the different players all the guys that they play. We got a little bit of Link. We're going to see a bit of Joker. We're going to see a little bit of Pyramithros. I'll see a little Bayonetta. We don't see Bayonetta in the PEC very much, and I've seen a little bit of Bayonetta from our very own Bluka, a resident Smash Bros. Player. Got the chance to watch her in the local tournament for the Giving Games that we had over the weekend. That was very fun. Bayonetta, not a character you see a whole lot of, but when you do see them, they are very fun to watch.
Incredible to watch. The combos are immaculate. If you're you can set up so much percent out of thin air. The big thing is, can you just take those kills with Bayonetta? She can pilot to like 170, but people might survive to like 200 if you're not able to set things up properly. So that will be really fun to watch. And Link, you said too?
Yeah,
Link, I'm stoked for.
Yeah, and apparently it's Smoothie, a big player from Nebraska, who's also not on the best terms with this team because apparently he was kind of a big meanie head.
A big meanie head?
Yeah, he was not a very nice guy to one of our old players, Leia Dog. Well, not a very good guy, and the grudge has been held, so Boise State looking to get back for their day one.
That sounds like poo-poo, man. I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah,
Jeez Louise.
You know, going back to the Bayonetta pick, I'm glad that you kind of brought that up a little bit more, too, because the first player that we're going to be seeing is Melfor on the Bowser versus Arvin on the Bayonetta. And you were talking about getting people up to high percent, 175 and over, just not being able to secure the kill. We have seen Melfor on so many occasions live to like 200% and still come out on top. So, can Arvin find the final pick, or will he be crushed under the weight of the Bowser Bomb?
That's a great question. So Melfor did talk to me ahead of time about whether or not he should be going up against the Bayonetta. He really liked this because, like you mentioned, he has a lot of Bluka matchup experience. They've played Bayonetta Bowser back and forth all the time. And the reason he picked into this, too, he has some hidden Bowser tech that I don't want to say out loud for other people to hear, but I will be able to point out when it happens. So this was very intentional for them to pair up this matching, and I think it's a choice so that BSU can take an early lead here in this head-to-head.
Yeah, I think it'll be really interesting to see how this goes out. Bowser is known to be a very, very hard hitter, but also he takes hits quite a bit, too. Bayonetta really relies on that ability to get you locked in the combos. One of the few characters in the game that has infinite combos with the side specials and the up specials. And overall, Bayonetta is a very tricky character. Nowhere near her peak in the last Super Smash Bros. Game for the Wii U. However, that peak is still fairly high as we move into Game 1.
Okay. Exactly. Look at a bit of a button test right here. Both of them trying to throw things out. A lot of tilts, a lot of things happening. The Nebraska people and the sound coming into play too. Very excited for this, and you really honed in on a very important thing here. Is Bayonetta going to be able to take those kills or not? I think they're just SV before they go into their... this is hand warmers, I think, is all this is.
I believe so as well, and we're going to be going into the next game. That one doesn't count. That one's just for fun. I mean,
just for fun.
Yeah, just a
having a good time.
A little bit of fun times before the serious times really kick in and start to really weigh. But
you got to get the nerves out somehow.
Yeah, got to get the nerves out. And sometimes all you need to do is jump off the map a few times. I mean,
that's all you got to do.
We've all been in the situation in Minecraft where we're like, I don't really want to walk all the way home. There's a convenient cliff. I might as well just hop off. And that's why I personally play with keep inventory on all the time.
That's smart. That's smart.
I wouldn't recommend doing keep inventory and instant respawn. That just feels like a bad dream.
It does a little bit. I don't know if that's quite what they're looking for, but we'll see. They have instantly spawned in here, and now we are riding into this match. We're going to see a lot of those up Bs out of shield that Bowser's already displayed here. A great get off the option for there, but Bayonetta is now the first one to start the combos and the side B, the immediate kill. And honestly, this BSU pick is starting to backfire right off the rip.
Honestly, I really think that was an unlucky play out of Melfor. Just not quite able to find the spot where he wanted to be, but the shield break with the Bowser Bomb immediately!
And that's going to take the stock right back!
Talk about two unlucky plays back to back. You don't see the Bowser Bomb tracking shield very often.
I was going to say, that's a lot of what Melfor really talked to me about was those down Bs on Bayonetta. He plans to throw those out a ton, whether in neutral or out on ledge, because when it hits, it's devastating, like we just saw.
Yeah, once again, we're trying to, Nebraska trying to get their way in there. Unfortunately for Arvin, not going to find it through Melfor. It's going to be difficult to bring him off kilter, especially when, even though he's at 87%, he can still get you there from 50 super quick. That's the thing about heavies that I really love. You only got to hit them 2 or 3 times, and they are already in a dangerous spot. However, Bayonetta really showing off the weakness of juggling.
100%. She cannot really follow it too much more. And at 130, he's kind of out of a lot of her confirmed kills right now. She's really going to be fishing for an up tilt or different things to confirm into a back air. Like I said right there, But if she's not able to find those up tilts or different things like that, you're really going to see Melfor, like you mentioned before, hang out on a ton of percents.
Yeah, we're seeing that
great
again.
edge guarding though.
Yeah, the edge guarding is no. Oh, it would have taken the stock anyway, but just to close it out, Arvin is going to run down. And there you see the Bowser Bomb like you were talking about, out of neutral. Isn't going to quite find it, but it is going to put a lot of pressure onto Arvin. Going to have to start the combo a little bit early. Doesn't quite find it as Melfor continues to take a beating.
He does. You gotta mention, this is a huge momentum swing right now for Nebraska. This was quote unquote their worst player, yet they're decimating Melfor with the statistically best player here on the BSU scene. He takes a stock here, but he's still at 108%.
Yeah, even if, honestly, this is the best case scenario for both of these teams. No matter who loses, you're still only going to be behind 2 stocks, and you're going to have 2 points on the board. We're playing with the dual format this time, so that way, no matter what happens, you're still going to gain 2. As Melfor manages to DI, he gets right back on.
Oh my goodness gracious, the weak back here is not going to take it there yet.
Oh,
Okay,
the witch
he's going to hit
time.
the witch side there too, and he cannot connect the tax. The timing was thrown out just slightly for him, and that's going to be a crucial victory there for the side of Nebraska.
Yeah, starting off the game with a win, that is where you want to be no matter what happens. However, I do got to commend Melfor and the rest of Boise State. They were able to get 2 stocks on the board. They're not going into this with a donut in their pocket.
True, exactly. It's not looking too terrible for them, but they've got to be a little bit shaken off. This is not going according to their game plan. And now you got to think, things are shifted a little bit into Nebraska's favor. How do you come rioting back here? Especially, I don't know if they were expecting to have to do this against this kind of team. Nebraska's showing why they are such a strong competitor here in the Mount West region.
Yeah, currently sitting at 4-2. They're actually one of the top teams, just below 2 of the best teams in the region. You got Michigan State and you got Ohio as well.
Exactly.
And Nebraska sits right behind them. And overall, they have been a very good competitor, not only throughout this season, but last season as well on the main stage at the PEC finals. They were an incredible team and definitely one to beat. It's the reason that I recognize characters like Smoothie, Mixwell, and Arvin. And I will tell you what, the Bayonetta pick is definitely a odd one, especially into Melfor.
Sure.
I can see why he feels really confident into it.
Sure.
But a big, heavy character like Bowser is going to have a very hard time escaping the juggle. But that's in the past. We've already gone through one game. Melfor unfortunately fell, but took 2 stocks with him. As Supersonic will be playing against Smoothie. Olimar versus Link, a character that Supersonic has said that he feels fairly comfortable into a few times. I mean, the Link pick is definitely very, very similar to the Olimar. You just throw stuff.
Yeah, just hawking across the stage, why don't you? And, you know, to your point, too, Supersonic has been on a bit of a tear recently. Just this last Saturday at Giving Games, he really outplaced himself and beat one of his demons in bracket in the form of Boss, the Pichu, or Young Link, or Toon Link as well. So he's been doing really well recently. I think he might be a bit of a dark horse that Nebraska might not be ready for in this particular matchup. And they're going to need that to come rebounding back after the gut shot that was just planted in the stomach of BSU.
Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't even call that a gut shot. I do feel like Melfor held his own there. Just at the very end, Arvin was able to get that one hit on him that he couldn't find. I think that was a very, very close. It went all 7 rounds. Unfortunately, the knockout did go in the favor of Melfor. I think that Supersonic is going to be entering this ring. He's got his fist wrapped up tight. He is ready to go in. He's got his hands right up against his head. Now just waiting for Smoothie to throw the first punch.
I like it. And I can't wait to see really good Link play out of this. I want to mention a little bit, too. We talked a little bit about how Melfor had a bit of a strange pick there. I kind of want to give kudos to just the play of Arvin. What was really huge there, Bayonetta was able to close out the kills, not just the percent, but the edge guard we saw there too with the witch time. It was really impressive. I thought they just had great play.
Yeah, usually we see the witch time on flat stage as a counter move, but setting it up right there, I have never seen that before, and I cannot doubt its effectiveness.
Yeah.
You set up in a perfect spot to where they just can't do anything, and I feel like it's an underrated part of the Bayonetta kick. Everybody likes to focus on the, I'm going to use all my specials to get you off the stage. And I mean, it worked out. We got to see that a little bit round one.
Right.
However, I only got 1 stock in the end. The witch time off the ledge got 2. So really, what was the real most valuable play?
True. A valid point. A very, very valid point. And it's plays like that. Supersonic announcing his arrival, and the crowd is going wild for it, cheering for the man. Okay, one thing needs to be said, too. that last match was such a banger. The crowd is already injected into the hype of this one, and that's when I really enjoy events like this, and you can feel the energy from the room right now. If you know what I'm referring to.
I 100% get what you mean.
Yeah.
I've had the opportunity to cast at a lot of our home games this year, and I will tell you what, it is an incredible feeling to have so many people in the arena, just cheering people on. You get to hear the conversation, you get to hear the reactions in real time, and I feel like that's something that is very underrated. I mean, there's definitely a little bit of nerves that come with it. You got a lot more eyes on you. You got the spotlight shining on you a little bit brighter than normal. However, you also have the knowledge that everybody here is in your corner. They're cheering you on. They're wanting you to do well. They're wanting you to succeed, and they are invested in you, so you gotta put your foot on the gas, pedal to the metal, put your steel toe boots on, get ready to kick them right in the shins.
Right in the pop right there. They might crumble a little bit, but it's worth it. Trust me, it's worth it. Okay, exactly, and that is going to be a huge, crucial thing. The home advantage is a big thing, not only in regular sports, but esports as well. To your point, it's a great, great thing. And I love that even in 7 years into the lifespan of a game like this, we still have a ton of people supporting this. As we're immediately hopping into now, it is going to be Smoothie versus our boy Supersonic here. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, Smoothie getting a little. I do gotta play into his name. He has been a little smooth with his attacks so far, taking the Olimar down to 50%. As Supersonic really struggling to find his way in. I will say this Link does tend to know exactly what Olimar's weakness is. You get rid of those purple Pikmin, and a lot of his damage potential goes out the window.
Right, it's so good at taking those stocks. You can huck them. You can use a forward smash for them. Take stocks at really disgusting percents. And Link is setting up great ledge traps here as well. Supersonic kind of struggling to get out of those. He really wants to take some blue and white Pikmins to be able to throw it on the Link, and it'll pile on a lot more percent than you're used to. But hold on a second. That's going to be a forward smash, and 2 hits is going to claim that stock.
Yeah, he only needed two strikes, and he was out, but Supersonic is able to get right back into the fray. Link doing a lot of damage just right off the rip. Smoothie really tearing up house. Gets the bomb through, but Boomerang goes through as well. That bomb just sitting there. Link can play a lot like Snake in a lot of different areas. He has a lot of stuff to throw. He's got bombs that he can set up, and we're starting to see that really with the Olimar not able to get close to him. Supersonic does a really good job at running people down, but Link has enough places to go and enough stuff to throw out that Smoothie has been able to thwart all attacks that have been made towards him so far, as Supersonic really just trying to get the first attack in.
Absolutely. You got to notice the fact that the B reverses are so smooth from Smoothie. This man is an absolute refreshment to see on the screen right here, with the fact that Supersonic cannot track him down. Anytime he has a little bit of advantage, Smoothie has the next little piece in the puzzle that's going to lead up to defeating him. He just cannot execute his game plan at all. Smoothie is looking dominant, a forward tilt to take that one as well. Things are looking insane from the Nebraska scene.
Yeah, Smoothie really just looking to close this one out soon. He takes it with 3 stocks. He shuts out Boise State of a potential 2, but no, Supersonic is going to say not today. You're not 3-stocking me. I'm taking a stock with me to go.
And the crowd is roaring for that one. They want to support their boy to go Supersonic in this one, and we'll see if that can happen. Things are starting to swing a little bit in the momentum of BSU's favor. Now back and forth a little bit, resetting to neutral. There's a lot of passive damage being piled on though to Supersonic. He's really desperately at least trying to grab 1 stock in order to get a point in BSU's favor here.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing 1 point still on the board left up for grabs from Supersonic. If he's able to get 1 more stock before going down, man, just barely missed. He's not going to find it, but throwing that bomb is like holding a live grenade, except it technically is a grenade.
It technically is.
It's basically the same thing. But he doesn't want to hold it for long.
That could have been disgusting from Supersonic there.
Yeah, to take a stock that early is what you want, but he rolls into the up special or the up tilt, and it's going to take him out. Finding a stock of his own, but Nebraska going up to 8 points.
Wow.
Smoothie putting on a clinic.
A clinic, man. All of BSU is nursing their wounds right now.
Yeah.
They are calling for some first aid. They need some first responders to come. And hold on, that could be the responders hearing the call. The crowd is still supporting their team right here, despite going down pretty massively in this first 2 games.
Yeah, I mean, we saw a lot of struggle out of that game, just a little bit of zoning pressure put out on both sides, and we were really starting to see Supersonic struggle. He got his foot in the door. He found the puzzle piece under the couch cushion. Unfortunately, that one corner piece still remained unfound, and it won't be found. He won't be able to laminate it into a completely completed puzzle.
What's the point of the puzzle at that point then? Oh, geez.
But Gokis, he just got himself a laser printer. He got himself one. He's looking to finish out his puzzle. And from the looks of things, we're going to see a little bit of a mirror matchup, Gokis versus Blue Jay. But before we go into that matchup, we're going to have to give a big thank you to our sponsor in Idaho Air National Guard. What if you could pursue college or your dream career while serving your country and getting amazing benefits? The Idaho Air National Guard, just 1 weekend a month, 8 months out of the year. You'll get tuition assistance, signing bonus, healthcare, zero-down home loans, and high-tech job training. All while keeping your civilian life, job, and goals right here in Idaho. Whether you're studying, working, or building your future, the Guard enhances it all while giving you leadership skills and lifelong connections. Ready to have it all? The Idaho Air National Guard is your pathway to education, career success, and purpose. But overall, I will say that it was a good showing out of those two. However, we're going to see a little bit of a mirror match. We're going to see Joker versus Joker, a character you don't see a whole lot.
I believe that actually Goki's been switching to Snake recently.
Ooh,
so
yeah, he has been playing a lot of Snake as of late on online, but I did hear Coach K talk a little bit about wanting him to play against another Joker as Joker. So I do think that this Joker is for real.
Okay, you're right. It is absolutely for real. I've played against it in bracket. It's filth. It's gross. It's disgusting. He has the fancy moves. He loves setting up those amazing combos that look beautiful on the screen. He's really nice with it. And to your point, Coach K was saying whenever he plays against another person that uses Joker, she said it's a secret buff. It's a hidden power-up inside of him because he just wants to perform and go out and decimate people on the other end of things. Be like, no. This is my character, and you can keep your grip little hands off of it.
I mean, it's a passive bonus when you're playing against somebody else. It's like, you dare lay your hands on my character. You are not me. You cannot play him, so I must show you how it is done. And we haven't seen a whole lot of Joker out of Gokis this year online. I mean, I'm going to steal a little bit from from another person who cast with me. She always says Super Smash Bros. Is one of the few games in the world that has 2 different metas, one for online and one for offline, because every single character acts a little bit different when you put them on latency, and that's why we've seen a lot of the Snake. He doesn't have a lot of the shortcomings that people like Joker tend to have when online. However, we're going to be hopping straight into gameplay.
And you were absolutely right. Coach K's advice and your point looks like he's pulling back out this Joker, pulling a little bit out of retirement. Even though the Snake got him 4th at the last tournament he played, he's having a lot of confidence in this mirror match. And bro, I'll tell you, if we're going back to original 151, I'm a big fan of Dittos, so let's see how we do well here.
Honestly, I can't blame you for that one. I'm personally more of a Bulbasaur guy myself, but I can totally see where you're coming from there. The 151 are pretty good, but we're going to have to take a break from that one as Arsene comes out on the side of Gokis. Unfortunately for him, he's not really finding a whole lot out of it. It's not really being found. Super doing a good job at dodging it while building up his own. However, not taking any hits, he's going to get the full use out of that Arsene.
You're right about that. I like Super's position here. He wasted the entirety of Arsene on Gokis, and now Super has the big man himself, and he's going to try to close out some stock. He waits out the Rebels guard there. He calls him out and has a perfect punish in order to deliver that stock home back to Boise.
Man, that stock just throws not really what you want to see if you're Gokis. However, not taking any hits since then. I will say he's burning that Arsene well, and there's not a very good chance that Super is able to get another one. The thing is with Joker, you really only get 1 Arsene per stock unless you're playing against a character who does not know how to close it out. And we're seeing that. Goki's doing a good job at keeping Super off the stage.
Sure. Now he has Arsene, though. This is where the magic can happen if you are Goki. He's trying to find a down smash or something in particular that could set up an up smash kill. But Super knows what he's looking for. The nice repair there from Gokis, and the guns almost goes out the stock, and the ledge drop there too. But the slipperiness of Super is absolutely impeccable. He just is absolutely holding on to this as his life depends on it, and to be honest, it kind of does.
Yeah, it does. I mean, Nebraska has itself a fairly good lead. They're currently up 6 whole points in the matchup. He can realistically lose this one by 3, but he doesn't want to do that. I mean, his pride's on the line. He doesn't want to get 3-stocked by the other guy.
No, especially when he's playing Joker.
Yeah. it does look like Gokis is really struggling to fish out the kill, but the down smash attack is going to make it difficult to find it. Double Arsene on the field. Who's going to make better use of it?
We'll see here. Both of them. Oh, my goodness. That was such a crazy call out there from Super. Nebraska came to play. I don't know what's inside of that corn out there they have out there, man, but maybe some Boise people need some of that too, because it's powering them up. It looks like a 3-stock potentially against Gokis.
Yeah, I think they might have mixed a little bit of protein powder in their water, because Nebraska is putting on a choker clinic. Not even letting Gokis get close with the Arsene, as the third Arsene will come to pass before the first stock is taken from Super. Really just showing why he plays the character, and Gokis off the stage.
Man.
It's going to result in another Nebraska win, 3-0.
Yeah, that's 3-12 now is the total score. That's pretty devastating. It's pretty rough. The crowd has gone a little quiet, but here's the thing. It's a best 2 out of 3.
Yes, it's
right?
the best 2 out of 3, so there's still a way back.
There's still a way back. You just got to swing momentum back into your favor. I think the crowd, when they can get back into it, will be a big push on that momentum for BSU as well. Now, they just have to make sure they have a mental fortitude to reset after this one, and things can start to sway there. But before that happens, you've got to give Nebraska a lot of credit, because this is not looking very close against BSU right now.
Yeah, Nebraska has put on an incredible showing. They've been playing things incredibly well. They've been playing honestly, they've been playing the best that I've ever seen them play. I mean, Smoothie on the link, he was doing really well.
Yeah.
You got to give Arvin Bayonetta credit.
Yes.
Taking out the Steve Slayer of all things. I mean, on the Bayonetta.
Jeez.
And honestly, Blue Jay on the Joker, really just showing his own skill with it. But we're going down to our last matchup. Nebraska has this pretty well in the bag, but we still have one more game to play. We got Mata versus Mixwell. We got a little bit of Pikachu versus Pyramithra. We got a little bit of a
little interesting matchup there.
Yeah, a little
I
bit
like
of
that.
a. I don't know what I was insinuating.
No.
there,
I like your point, because honestly, Pichu can get some good gimps on Pyramithra. That's a big thing from them. But to your point, Pichu can just die so early. And Pyramithra is so good at taking stocks at a very low %.
Although I will say, it's not Pichu. We're actually going to be seeing Pikachu. So a little bit different matchup.
They're busting out the Pikachu here.
Yeah, I mean.
It's been a long time since I've seen that
usually
Pikachu.
we see the Greninja. We don't see a lot of the Pikachu. We see a lot of Greninja. We've seen that a lot. But, you know, Mata, he realizes this is a tough opponent. He needs to break out the game face. He needs to break out Ash Pikachu.
Ash Pikachu.
Or hopefully it's Ash Pikachu.
The level 100 from Red himself?
The level 100 Pikachu from Red. I don't know. Maybe it's got the Z move. Hopefully it does.
It might. It could Dynamax if we're not careful. I'll tell you right now, this guy could go crazy.
This guy can. He has gone crazy in the past, and I will say, it's very interesting. It'll be interesting to see how he plays it into it. Pikachu, very, very fast character, but so is Pyramithra, especially when they're using the Mithra. But actually, no, we're both wrong. They're not using Pyramithra at all. They're actually breaking out the Palutena Mixwell, flexing onto their second most played character.
Second most played, and I think this is a good move from Nebraska. Palutena is just a very bread and butter, simple character that's very safe. And when you have a lead like this as Nebraska, the best thing to do is nurse it with a safe pick like this.
Yeah, play it safe. You don't need to take risks. I mean, risks can be taken, and you know, in life you really should take some risks. But when it's unnecessary, you don't need to take risks.
You don't need to take risks.
Yeah,
not at this point. But I'm okay with that. There could be a huge chance for Mata to swing momentum into BSU's favor if they're able to take a dominant win of this one, or it could potentially be Nebraska continuing what's been a crazy series lead for them.
Yeah, taking a dominant win here, while it may not win you the game outright, it will do a lot in the state of mental. In Super Smash Bros., almost as much as every other game, mental is going to be a huge thing going into it. You gotta keep positive, you gotta keep going, you gotta keep grinding.
There it is.
And Mata putting nose to the grindstone. Palutena getting taken down first and foremost. Mata putting on a good showing as the Pikachu, showing why that's their main pick. That's their guy right there.
That's their guy, and this is the loops that Pikachu's known for. Now they'll get the full amount of % they wanted, but they're also showing why Mata is historically one of the top 2 Smash players in all of Idaho historically. Demonstrating here that they are not indeed washed, but they still got a little bit left in the tank, displaying it here on the main stage. And as we're looking around right here, big thing is Mata wants to avoid the corners. The sides on Town and City are a lot shorter than other stages, so other side kills could be a lot easier to attain.
Yeah, especially for a character like Palutena, whose aerials are so good. You can keep people up in the air for a really long time. Luckily for Mata, Mixwell hasn't really been able to find the combos. He's been finding a hit here and there, and I mean, Mata is up at 133%, but yet to find anything that'll really take him down. However, the edge guard is going to be very difficult. Luckily for Mata, the recovery's good, but it's not good enough to take out back from off stage.
It's not quite there. That back air collected them, but there's still a good amount of percent piled here onto Mixwell. They're trying to reflect some T-jolts here, moving things back and forth. Okay, Mata's trying to find a cheeky little trip kill there, but instead, some forwarders trying to set up the edge guard. Oh, but it's going to reverse for Mixwell here.
Not quite going to find it with the edge guard. However, Mata still commands a fairly good lead. It looks like the back throw, not quite enough percent and not close enough for it to result in a kill, but still getting them up to that high a percent on a light character like Pikachu is what you want to see, with the aerial still continuing to fly. Nebraska really looking for their in, as Mata has barely taken any damage on the second stock.
Exactly. They look so dominant. They look like Nebraska's looked in the last couple matchups, to be honest with you. Just so strong right here. Ooh. And the call out on the jump, too. Collecting a great kill for BSU. This is potentially the momentum shift that we've been talking about right now.
Yeah, we just want to see that momentum shift, and finally finding a few hits. Mixwell is able to get a few shots on. However, Mata still, in the grand scheme of things, at 68% on their second stock, is in a good spot to take Nebraska here. The Thunder Jolt does get the hit, is going to prevent any sort of ledge guard from happening. However, Mixwell is looking for his own in, not really going to find much out of it. He's reading it wrong. I mean, I'm not sure if he's reading in a different language or just on the wrong page altogether, but his reads, nope, he found his right page. He looked it up in the index.
It was left to right. It was a manga. It was left to right.
Yeah,
that was the big thing, and he finally got it downloaded right there. Okay, but now Mata going to try to look at that book and try to write the story himself if they can make something happen. Falling back onto the main stage right there. Good back air. Not able to fault the tech chase, though. Mata's missing a couple of these confirms, but I still like their position a lot more than Mixwell's. 79% is a fair amount piled here onto this Palutena already.
Yeah, now nearing 100%. That's where Pikachu wants you to be. That's where a lot of his attacks can really get you. But Mata not really able to find a whole lot outside of a few Thunder Jolts here and there. I say that, now comes the aerials. Just what we saw take Mixwell down the first time. He's starting to get into the weeds with, once again, reading the air.
Every time.
Yeah, every time. He's reading him like a book.
He's reading him like the book. He has the book. He's picked it up. And also, it's going to be a great story right now. But is it going to be a story tale ending? Or potentially is BSU going to fall one last time? Mixwell misses the grab right there. It's going to be a back throw. Setting up for one final edge guard potentially if Mata can make it happen.
Yeah, the iframes on the ledge grab are going to be enough. But, off the floor. The bounce is just not really going to be enough. However, at 173, just about everything will get him. And that's going to be a win for Boise State, bringing the final score 14-7. Nebraska will take round one. However, we're moving into the next game with a fairly good win against Nebraska. They didn't fully sweep. That's what you want to see. You never want to see the full sweep. And that is enough of a motivation to really keep going. And it'll be really interesting to see how Boise State decides to switch up their strategy a little bit. Are they going to keep the same players in? Like I was talking about earlier, they have every single player on the roster here tonight. They got Starmus and Clear, two characters that we don't see a whole lot out of from our roster. However, playing a bit of Rosalina, playing a little bit of Ness, respectively.
Okay.
I've gotten to see Starmus play quite a bit, and his play is pretty good. I gotta say, you don't see a lot of Rosalina. I mean, you barely see a lot of the Mario princesses, but I mean, good characters. Good characters.
Yeah. Decent. I have a personal vendetta against Daisy, but we don't need to talk about it. It's like it's a whole thing.
That's a personal.
It's a personal thing. It's not about the matchups or the characters or anything. To your point, though, I saw Starmus at a time even take a game off of Goki's, so they can perform well when the chance happens. We'll see what happens right now. But to your point.
Yeah, but while we wait for the next game, we're going to give a quick shout out to our friends over at ICCU. Thanks to ICCU for their continued support of Boise State Esports. Thanks to them, Boise State Esports has won multiple national championships and piled up more than 1,500 wins. I bet you that's a little bit closer to 2,000 now, but I won't be one to judge. ICCU, looking after your daily balance. Visit ICCU.com for more information.
You absolutely were a radio guy. You can just tell. That was great. No, great way, man. You got the voice for it. Your daily balance. I loved it.
It's all about inflection. You know, you gotta know what words to highlight. And speaking of stuff to highlight, you gotta highlight Mata's play in that last game. I mean,
true.
Really, it was just a very good Pikachu play. We don't get to see the Pikachu brought out all the time, but every time it does, Pikachu runs house. He puts a little shock therapy on the enemy team, if you will. I mean, he starts to get the nerves flowing a little bit more. He starts to get them playing a little better, and we saw that out of him today. And really, Mata putting Boise State back on the right foot. They were stumbling back a little bit. They were getting pushed into the corner. However, just like Wii Sports Resort, in the sword fighting game, all you have to do, swing a sword a little bit, get yourself right back in the game.
Exactly, man. Unfortunately, Maxwell kind of put their hands on electric fence, and it kind of did that a little bit to them, to your point as well. The luchador skin looked like conquistador right there in the dominance. But to a little bit more of this thing is the potential of BSU having different matchups. I know ahead of time there was a chance of Melfor not just playing against the Bayonetta, but they also talked about the Melfor playing against the Joker that we saw. That was able to take the Joker Dado matchup against Gokis.
Yeah.
That could be a possibility.
It'll be really interesting to see how that goes, but we are going to throw to a quick break before we hop into round 2. So stick around for more Super Smash Bros. Action as we continue the play right after this.
Scott Matlock, underrated recruit, has built himself into one of the best defensive players in the Mountain West.
What would you do if you couldn't fail? Would you see every setback as a catalyst to keep going? This is the innovator's mindset, because innovation demands daring. Is finding thousands of ways that don't work, and the one that changes everything. It's when your unrelenting spirit sees the world's needs and says, I will create something better. So, what will you do? Will you let your genius run wild? Give yourself the space to be great? Set your sights on something even bigger, because we know changing the world doesn't happen by chance. It comes out of the blue.
Idaho's Central Credit Union, looking after your daily balance.
No. Come on, where is it?
Dave, it's your Idaho Central app here. Any chance you're missing a debit card? Let's get that taken care of for you. With ICCU's card control, you can turn any card off with the tap of your finger.
You've got it.
And back on again. Out, 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 out. The closest Idaho Central Credit Union branch is in your pocket.
Let me show you what I got.
With the Dairy West Fueling Station, we really wanted to create a place that our players could come and be fueled and hydrated in a healthy way, fuel their minds, fuel their bodies so they can compete at the highest level. Dairy West has really allowed us to do that, and we're excited to see what this space turns into. This is only phase 1. There's many iterations to come. It's truly unique in college esports, and we're excited to see how that continues to evolve. We're really thankful for Dairy West's support and look forward to continue working with them.
Let me show you what I got.
Home is where you hang your hat. Snuggle up. Hide out. Home is when you're with the ones you love. It isn't just a place, it's a state of mind. At Idaho Central Credit Union, our home is Idaho. We grew up here, and we're proud to help more Idahoans with their home loan than any other financial institution. Idaho Central Credit Union. We believe home is where you make it.
It's me, your Idaho Central Credit Union app. Rough morning. Is that a mobile deposit? I got this. Beat it, Charlie. We're making money moves here. Cha-ching. And done.
Charlie, come on, outside.
Sorry about the mess. I'd help if I had hands. The closest Idaho Central Credit Union branch is in your pocket.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Boise State Esports Arena, coming to you live for Boise State versus Nebraska in a little bit of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for one of our featured home games, the last featured home game of the season. In fact, the last game that Boise State has in the PEC for this semester. We still got a lot of PEC to play next semester, but for the time being, this one will be the last 9, including week 9 of the PEC. I'm Bryce, your guys' host, joined by my co-host Josh. And
dude.
Yep, we are ready to get this going. Boise State coming off a tough loss in round 1. Nebraska taking it pretty handily at 14-7. However, Mata putting on a pretty good performance to end off the round, and I do feel like they have a chance to really come back from this one. I think that they took a step back, they figured out what they wanted to do, and they're now ready to get it going.
Completely agree. It started off with a stunner against BSU, where Melfor actually went down against the player of Arvin and banned in a Bowser matchup, and honestly, Nebraska continued that momentum throughout the entirety of the first series until, to your point, Mata was able to finally take one in BSU's favor, and since Mixwell fell since then, you can really feel the momentum swing and shift potentially in BSU's favor. Not just because I'm a hometown favorite here of BSU, but also because I love good Smash, am definitely hoping to tie things up so we can go to a Game 3. But in order for that to happen, BSU needs to turn up a little bit, just like Mata did for them last time.
Yeah, and you know what? Speaking of Mata, we're actually going to see him pop up first. He's going to be playing against Smoothie on the link. Hopefully get a little bit of revenge for Supersonic, get him taken down. Next, Melfor is actually going to bring out the Banjo and Kazooie.
Ooh.
And we're going to see both of our... We're actually going to see every single Super Smash Bros. Player on the team as Clear and Ness will be, or Clear and Starmus will be coming out. Let's focus on the now as Mata and Smoothie go head-to-head. Pikachu versus Link. And from the looks of things, still keeping it pretty even.
Still keeping things pretty even. Smoothie, apparently one of the best Links in the world. And Mata, their claim to fame is they took Pikachu to a top 65 finish at EVO. One of the biggest tournaments of all time. So both of them have accolades going in their favor, but right now it's Smoothie with the lead.
Yeah, Smoothie doing a good job at zoning out the Pikachu, not really letting him get close. That's where Pikachu wants to be. He wants to be up in your face, up in your grill, really getting some stuff done. Holding the bomb, that's not the best decision. You probably shouldn't hold the live grenade, but I mean, it worked out for him in the end. He's still alive. able to close the distance just a little bit, but not really able to find any meaningful damage. He's doing a lot, though. Both players nearing 100%.
That nair from Link is just so good. He just throws it out 3 times in a row. That's something, a 4th in a row. That's a move you can just spam over and over and over. It collects so much space to yourself, but hold on. Mata goes for the hard read, but the parry was insane. No way! The bomb sniped him out of the air right there. Smoothie continuing his dominant play. We saw the last one, but Mata almost evening things up.
Able to bomb himself back, and that's going to let him come back just barely.
Wow.
And Mata not quite able to read the re-entrance. He's able to get back on the ledge with a nice little ledge attack. However, sitting at 134%, one hit is going to be enough. Pikachu is in KO range, or he has Link within KO range. His health bar is in the red. However, he's tearing through the second Pikachu in Mata's roster. Before that happens, big damage is coming through, left on such high percent that anything, the slight breeze will take this man out.
It's true. Pikachu can kind of struggle to take these kills. He looks for edge guards and dash attacks, but the edge guards are so hard to clean up. When Smoothie has bomb recoveries like this, you don't know where he's going. Snaps to the ledge in this one. Now Mata trying to set for the ledge guard. Not going to happen. Retreating stuff from Smoothie. Hang on to that one, but finally Mata takes the stock with that skull bash, and we're now even in 2-2.
We are even Steven 2-2 stocks. However, Mata still finds themselves up to 44% on the percentage bar, and in order to really get this thing back to even, he needs to find his way back, or he needs to find some really good damage, and nothing is really found. Like you were talking about, that neutral air is doing a good job at zoning him out as he tries to get a little bit of damage. Mata is going to find his way in, gets him up to 26, not bad percentage-wise, just not quite able to do anything more than that.
Not quite. Smoothie's just playing a little bit too slippery for my liking as a Mata fan here. They're playing very, very well. Now it'll hit. Smoothie confirms right now. Mata's getting zoned out a lot because the range of Pikachu is honestly super small. Link is abusing that to his best advantage there. But hold on. Mata gets clipped by the Nair, but Smoothie's not able to convert anything off of that.
Yeah, although I will say Mata, with his with Pikachu's smaller frame, they're able to do a lot more. Unfortunately, though, the sword is about the same size as Pikachu, and that's going to allow Smoothie to take the stock. However, Mata still looking for his way in, tries to go for the quick attack, isn't going to find it. The boomerang is going to do just enough to stop it. However, the advance continues. The eternal march of Pikachu.
This would be so large if Smoothie's able to take this with a 2-stock lead. That'd be a giant lead for Nebraska this one. And the double up air!
Double up air!
That's gonna take it! The slippery, long sword of Link pierces the heart of the Pikachu. And that's a 1-4 lead. After Mata swung things in PSU's favor, it's Mata going down in this one against Nebraska.
Yeah, Nebraska doing a good job in their matchup there. I do think that the Link pick from Smoothie was a really good matchup into Mata. I think if you were going to take down arguably Boise State's best player, you got to match it with your own, and Smoothie was the one to do that. And I feel like it was played well on both sides. Just the matchup, in the end, it favored Link. But moving forward, Melfor playing a character that we've been seeing a lot more out of him recently. He's gone on record. He loves the Bowser. He loves the King K. Rool. 2 characters he really likes.
Yeah.
However, there's one that stands above the rest.
And what would that be?
There's one Bear Bird combo that he really likes. One that, we were talking about puzzle pieces a little bit earlier, and he's also a pretty big fan of puzzle pieces, and it's going to be Banjo and Kazooie.
That character, that guy with the darn Wonder Wing. I hear that Melfor's a pretty big fan of that one. Definitely the best Banjo and Kazooie player in all of Idaho, by the way, bar none.
And you were alluding to him wanting to go up against the Joker. You were talking about it a little bit before the break. We're actually going to see just that. Your prediction is going to come to light as he's going to be playing Super for round 2.
Ooh, he is playing against Super.
Maybe this will be a Super matchup.
It could be Super Duper on Super Smash Bros.
Unfortunately, Super Sonic isn't playing Super. I mean, the jokes write themselves at that part.
It's true, man. Super squared, man. But I will say that something that is pretty super is the fact that Melfor has a bit of a hidden ability. Most people would kind of crumble under this momentum pressure that's swinging in Nebraska's favor. Melfor doesn't have that.
Yeah, Melfor's like a brick wall.
He's like
you
a
can't
brick
really
wall.
Topple him.
That's a great way to describe that. He is a brick fortified wall that is hard to climb over, just kind of there. And I think that's going to be a huge boost in BSU's favor, and the fact that despite the momentum going against them, you can count on the fact that Melfor is going to be there when you need him.
I believe they're called Newton's cradles. You know, the steel ball things that you drop and then it passes through all the balls and the other one comes out on the other side. You know, if the momentum is swinging in Nebraska's favor, it's going to hit those balls and Melfor is just going to stick his hand in the middle of there and just stop that from swinging altogether.
You're so right.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
You're in the wrong spot. You need to be centered.
Sorry.
Remember, inside leg needs to be touching the side. Otherwise, you're not in frame.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My apologies.
Hey, it's all right. I've done the same thing, too. I've had the same treatment. But I will say I'm very excited for this matchup. Melfor is always a treat to watch. I mean, really, you can't really say it was a bad matchup if Melfor is playing. I mean, even when he loses in a spectacular fashion. He's very flashy in it.
Very flashy. He's so good at setting up those little pellets into side B Wonder Wing confirmed kills. Love watching him do that. He does it so out of some of the best banjos I've ever seen. He's very consistent with them, and he's going to be able to do that a ton against this Joker. The one thing that's kind of like Melfor's bane is also his benefits. He's so good at confirming with the Wonder Wing, but sometimes he throws it out too much. People catch on the habit and they punish him for it. We'll see if Super can catch on to that, or if Melfor makes some adjustments and just has clean gameplay.
Yeah, and I mean, we saw it out of Super the last time with the Joker. He really has the ability to wait things out. I mean, we saw him wait out 3 Arsens in a row before he didn't even lose a single stock. He was completely in control of his game against Gokis for the entire time, and I feel like if he loses that control, we started to see him slip. But he was able to grab it back when he was playing against Gokis. Right. The main thing is, can he gain the control? Can he hold on to it? Is he going to get the arcade machine and hog it for the rest of the day, or is somebody going to come in with a few quarters of their own?
That's a great question. To the arcane machine, big Arsene machine too, is going to be really big to get those. Arsene on deck because he can down air the recovery of Banjo really, really well, to your point too. We'll find out who has that control. And will it be a campy matchup when it comes to Banjo being a bit of a zoner? Or are we going to see some backyard brawling? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Man, is Kazooie going to be used as a gun or a club? We don't know until the match starts.
Maybe Porcano Las Dos, bro. Why not both? Let's just send it. Let's see what happens here. Let's make it true to that indeed. But we'll see. I know that for sure, too, that Melfor, we're getting some things settled on stage here, making some things happen. Nebraska, man, I just did not see this coming out of them, this performance.
I sort of expected it was going to be a tough fight. I knew that. I knew about Super, I knew about Smoothie, I knew about Mixwell. These guys have proven themselves time and time again to be some of the best in the conference. They are definitely not anybody to count out, but Boise State not one to count out either. I mean, we've been seeing it all night. Some really close calls, some tough performances. However, we're going into this one. Melfor is going to take the first little bit of damage, but no one really able to find anything. Lots of damage being traded back and forth as the Rebel Guard is It's 12%. He already has Arsene.
Big Brother is here. That's kind of a problem if you're Melfor, and that's going to be 45% planted on him as well. But wow, Grenade Wonder Wing 2, exactly. Man, they are scrapping. This is the backyard brawl that we are waiting for.
Man, the Wonder Wing leaves no room for wondering how it'll go down as Nebraska continues to rack up the damage. No one really able to find themselves in a severe lead as the Wonder Wing looks for a kill, is going to miss. The read was off by just a little bit as the Rebel Guard continues to let Nebraska charge up their shots. Super doing a good job at really making himself some space, knows the danger of Banjo, also sees the berry, but luckily for him, he's able to pull back as the... Oh, no!
I think he's okay.
He's
okay.
back.
He has a crazy recovery, just barely hangs on to that one. People were worried about it, though. He's just continuing to try to go in edge guard. Joker here, but he had the read, too. But Super's not able to capitalize right there, but oh my goodness, that's 2 misconfirmed for Super, but he finally cleans it up. But that Melfor has him at a great percent. He's going to be easily trying to spam those Wonder Wings to close it out, and there's the battering ram of Kazooie throwing them out immediately too.
Looking for the ledge guard. Let's go with it just a little bit too early as Super is able to get right back on. Look, from the looks of things, that Arsene still being up is going to be a huge boon for him. With the side specials coming through, he's able to use the aerials, and Melfor is able to get back on with the Wonder Wing and get a little bit of space out of it in just a little bit of a combo meal.
A little bit of a combo meal indeed. We're trying to feast out here. And looking at a bit of a famine, though. We can't seem to claim that stock. Is Melfor going to be able to take this one? Super just knows the option.
Oh!
The down throw. The match was impeccable, though, for Super. He somehow got out of the ground. Things just, every time, things just waiting.
There we
finally
go.
Gets taken by Melfor, and we're hearing the cowbells ring as BSU singing.
And ladies and gentlemen, I think that is going to be your Dairy West play of the game. Perform, refuel, recover, repeat. Visit unbundled.com for more information. As we continue the match, we have even things out. However, Melfor sitting up at 100%. It's going to take a lot, but unfortunately, Super is going to find that magic little piece before Melfor will be able to, sitting at 25% on his final stock, not able to get Super past.
Oh,
he's gonna hit it twice.
To be honest, BSU really needs Melfor to clean this one out. They're already down 2-6 in this one. Melfor needs to take this if BSU wants a chance against Nebraska.
Yeah, Boise State still looking for it, is able to use the Wonder Wing to get back on. Rebel Guard is going to use as well. The Ledge Guard will get some value, just will not find the kill. The DI is too strong. He's able to get back on. However, sitting at 100%, Melfor has a good chance to at least close it out to 2 stocks.
And things are really gaining in his favor right now. Joker's falling down. He's probably on a little bit of percent. Nice grab out of the Joker. There's
the Wonder Wing
across the stage. Claims the stock for Melfor. It's evened up. Is he going to be able to clutch this one out?
Man, Melfor, he takes as many stocks as in his name. He'll take at least 4 over the course of a game. Every single time. I mean, hey, Super. No one thinks you're cool, man. I mean, maybe Morgana might think you're cool.
Maybe Morgana. I can see.
Morgana.
That's an F. That's an iffy one too. We'll see.
That's very iffy. Melfor sitting at 150%. Joker not looking too cool in this one. He's not really able to get right back there. I mean, he's following Doc's advice at the very least, remembering to taunt. However, it's fueling the fire. Banjo does not think he's that cool. Joker not looking actually a little bit too hot to handle as he's able to get him up.
He's taunting on stage too.
There he goes.
The Joker is letting them feel it, taunting on stage, saying this one is for pride and blood.
All right, Nebraska's still looking for it, but taking a lot of damage as the arson comes through. Will the taunt to stock loss combo come out to play?
Melfor?
Melfor taking a lot of damage and doing a lot of damage.
Melfor!
He's able to get back! The stock, the taunt to get rocked combo comes through. Joker not looking too cool as the ice melts, and Banjo and Kazooie takes one for Boise State. Man, I can't say the words on stream, but everybody knows the combo that I'm thinking.
We know.
Crap get smacked combo. There's no voice chat in Super Smash Bros.
May we say taunt to get bodied, good sir?
Yes,
May we say that, good sir?
I would tend to agree with you, my good sir. I mean,
my good man, yes.
That seems very good. I need my beaver skin top hat in order to really be fancy about it. But I'm sure that Nebraska does not fancy their loss to Melfor in that fashion.
No, I believe my rattlesnake boots do concur with you, good sir. As that was absolutely insane out of Melfor right there. He was down the entire game. He survived at the end there at almost 188%. What a clutch factor.
You love to see it. And of course, I call the unbottled play of the game way too early.
Hey, wait, it was in the match. It was in the match, though. It's still in the match.
That's unbottled match of the game. There we go. I don't think we're going to see any other match beat that one out. I mean, that was incredible.
Incredible. And talk about a momentum swing, too, for Boise State at this point. Like, that's what they needed in order to cement themselves as a competitor in this matchup, because Nebraska was running away with this. But we strapped up the boots, and we said, hey, we can run too.
Hey, I mean, what was I talking about? Melfor is the hand in the Newton's cradle. I see it, but I don't want to anymore. So, I mean, you tell Melfor to do something, he doesn't know questions asked. You tell him, take out Super. He says, what Super? Because Super's already gone. We don't know where he's at.
No say. Where is he? No say. I do have a say in the fact that it will be Clear versus Arvin Clear, to your point, making his first debut now in this matchup.
Actually, he's been in a few matchups before. We haven't seen him
against
in a
Nebraska.
While. Yeah. Although I will say, he's kind of a double talent. He's a double-edged sword. He's got a lot of skill in the Overwatch. He's one of the linchpins of our Overwatch team, specializing in a lot of weird and wacky comps.
Okay.
And
love that.
And of course, we got a little bit of NES play. You know, I've actually played him on the NES. I'm not very good at Super Smash Bros. I'm gonna come out and say that first and foremost. I know a lot more about the game than I know how to play the game.
Understandable.
He's pretty good. He's pretty good on the NES. He's got the moves, and he's got the power. He's got the moves.
Got the moves like Dragon. Got the moves.
Yeah.
We'll see.
It'll be very interesting to see how he plays into Arvin on the Zelda. A different character this time. Another character that is in their played roster. Played it more than once. Although Arvin is more of a Bayonetta player. They play a little bit of the princess characters. There's a little bit of Peach on their roster, a little bit of Rosalina and Luma. But Zelda, very high up there. Not quite the highest. That would go to Bayonetta. However, still there.
Still there. And Zelda's one that's definitely more underrepresented in the Smash scene. She's very unique in the fact that she's floaty, she can die early, but her forward air and back air are devastating kills of destruction. You feel it vibrate through your body when you get hit by those. And she's going to be doing a lot of using her Knight. That's the key.
Yeah, the down special.
The down special.
Yeah, the possessed armor. That one does a lot of damage, and it comes out a lot weirder than what you'd think it would. I mean, it almost comes from the bottom.
It's weird.
Yeah,
it's weird.
It's like I believe it's like a downward and then upswing at the very end. It's very weird, but I will say I do prefer the matchup if you're Zelda in this case. I mean, you have a lot of stuff that can deflect projectiles. What's NES known for? Projectiles. So it'll be interesting to see how this gets played around. I don't think that the answer is very clear.
Wrong way. That's good. No, you're right, though. Yeah, that was the Knight. He was ready to charge. It just went the wrong state.
Direction. It's not quite long enough. He gets a little bit tired afterwards. He doesn't really want to do it.
Oh, I think this might be a hand warmer, actually.
Yeah, this is definitely a hand warmer.
Probably because our man Clear has just not played yet today.
Yeah, probably. Something like that, I would imagine.
Who knows?
Or maybe it was just because of that possessed armor does get a little bit wonky. It get a little cattywampus. You don't want to lose off the back of a mistake that your controller input's making. I mean, and plus, I mean, NES. If you can't make your perfect circle, you can't recover.
That's true. They should just have like the test be drawing on a whiteboard. Just like drawing.
It's like that one video of the guy with the marker who just makes the perfect circle by moving his wrist, and I get carpal tunnel just thinking about that.
It's insane, right?
Yeah, it's like even just from doing that, my wrist hurts.
Dude, he would be a crazy NES player. Well, we'll see if Clear can also fit into that category. Now, heading their way up against Arvin. Not just he went the wrong way again.
He went the wrong way again. I mean,
it's okay.
It's tradition at that point, but that one wasn't the wrong way. Unfortunately, though, the grab is going to prevent it from doing any damage, but getting an early lead is definitely what Zelda wants to see in this matchup.
It is. Okay. There's a bit more of a defensive play in this one than the last one. We're not seeing the backyard brawl. Instead, we're seeing more strategic placement.
Oh! It's like you were talking about that forward air. You feel it in your body and soul, but the PK Fire is actually going to stop it out.
No way!
What? She's going to stop the
Whoa! How did he recover? So many insane things are actually already happening.
It's a good thing we did the button test. He was able to do the perfect circle.
He was. It was a great recovery after a crazy dare from her. Oh, but the up smash is not going to connect. Now, she's played. Honestly, Ness does not want to fly above her because her up air is just so powerful. To your point, this kind of looks a little bit desperate for Ness, but Clear so far.
Oh, the shield break! Oh, not what you want to see, but moving forward, you do have to give it to Zelda. Not in the best of spots. The possessed armor is going to go down to the PK Fire, and also off the map, the teleport's going to prevent from the PK Thunder. However, they're going to be caught by the fire before the prism can be used in order to reflect it.
Zelda is definitely in the position she wants to be in right now. I want to say more of an aggressive, or excuse me, a passive character, but he's playing her so aggressive in this one. She wants to scrap, and this child is feeling that threat every single moment. He can't seem to get any footing right now, and she's trying to just back him up, use that Knight at every chance she can. Things need to swing into Clear's favor fast.
Oh,
that's how you do it! That's how you do it!
That is how you do it. Clear with the kill off the stage. That is what you want to see. What a pick. Zelda getting a little too overzealous.
Oh.
And that leads to an unfortunate pick if you're Nebraska. Off the stage, Clear's able to get right back. And he's going to take it off. And he's going to take Zelda as well. We're in 1-1.
Clear stands up and celebrates the crowd immediately. A kill at 9%, and immediately things are evened up between these two. Incredible play from Clear. And oh no, it looks a little bit like Arvin is just not able to, they're not sure what's happening. They're shaken up from that last stock.
They're discombobulated. They don't know what they're doing. They can't tell up from down as Clear continues to run it down. I mean, he plays Tracer in Overwatch, and that's a character known for going fast, but he's about to make this stock disappear even faster. The deflect on the PK Fire, though, is going to take him up a few points. He's going to get have a little bit of space taken from him, but once again, playing above, what you want to see, PK Thunder. Lots of damage and off the side. Nebraska's going to get it back. However, taking 2 stocks, keeping it within 3. This is still winnable for Boise State.
This is still winnable. They need everything inside of them to at least win or tie this one in the matchup between Starmies and Mixwell. You need Starmies. He's getting a pep talk right now out of the BSU players. They know that this needs to be the performance of a lifetime in order to send us to a Series 3. People are freaking out right now.
Yeah.
This energy is immaculate.
A 3 stock here will result in a Boise State win, and even losing 1 stock, you're still not out of the game, as we will go to sudden death. They still have a shot to take this one home for all the folks at the arena tonight. And I will say, Starmies, definitely a sleeper pick. You got the Rosalina and Luma. Character not very many people know about. Character not a lot of people see. I mean, Arvin plays Rosalina and Luma from the looks of things, but only one player on their team plays it. And I mean, it's a very weird character. You got 2 different places that you can be attacked from. You essentially you're basically controlling 2 different characters.
It's true. You kind of are a bit of a puppeteer between those 2 things, and you have to be the marionette master in order to play them properly. And I will say that when it comes to this, Maxwell is the one that Mata was able to defeat at the very end of the last series. And that's the person that the hopes and dreams of Nebraska are riding on against Starmies. Will they be able to pick things up from what they experienced this last series, or will Starmies be able to send us to a Series 3?
He has the potential to, although I would like to point out, Mixwell also took 2 stocks off of Mata. Starmies has to not only win, but he can't lose more than 1 stock.
Yeah.
And even if he loses 1 stock, that still doesn't guarantee the win, as it will take them to overtime. So, the real thing is, can Starmies put it in the drawer, lock it up, duct tape it for good measure, and really shut out this game.
Put a padlock on it.
It's like the junk drawer at home. It doesn't matter how full it gets. Just keep putting stuff in there. Shove it shut.
Shove it. And if it's out of sight, it's out of mind. It doesn't exist. You're fine.
You're fine. If I can't see it, it doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist.
Yeah, it's like if I can't see you, you can't see me.
And we'll see, too. Mixwell does have a mix of characters. We mentioned before the Pyramithra. Will they be pulling that out? Maybe apparently also play Ganondorf? That would be insane.
I mean, I'd imagine they play the Palutena, because usually it's what's on the list here is usually what they play.
Okay.
We got a little bit of a mix-up last time. We thought it would be the Pyramithra. It wasn't that. It was the Palutena.
Okay.
I do think the Palutena is the right pick here.
It's the confirmed one. Okay.
Yeah. Honestly, I do like this. I do like the matchup for Rosalina or for Palutena a little bit more than I like Rosalina. Both of these characters have pretty good zoning options. You got the star bits from Rosalina that she can use with the Luma. However, Palutena has a lot more ranged options and can do a little bit more up close. I mean, you're a little bit heavier if you're playing the Rosalina and Luma. However, I think Palutena has a little bit better odds in this matchup.
Exactly. I completely agree with you on that one. The frame data is so good from Palutena. She's been a mainstay in the meta since the very beginning of Ultimate for a reason. And the thing about Rosalina, during COVID times, when people were just able to play online, there was only a single character that people played less than random, and it was Rosalina and Luma. She is the least played character in the entire game, just because you talked about she's got a bit of a weird kit to herself. It's not one you normally know how to play. There could be some weird matchup advantage that Starmus has because Mixwell just not used to playing against this foreign character.
Yeah, it's an unfamiliarity thing, and sometimes that's really all you need in order to win as we move into what could be the final game. BSU versus Nebraska, Mixwell versus Starmus. Who will come out on top?
You gotta appreciate the fact that right now, Starmus didn't even know if they'd be playing today. There was a question about that, and they have now gotten the chance to show off what they've got and send their team to a Series 3. But right now, I'm really enjoying the position from Mixwell, having a solid start thus far.
Oh yeah, we're starting to see a little bit of that Luma play out of Starmus. He saw it disrupting the combos of Palutena. Unfortunately, it did come at the cost of Luma, and the combustion will be enough to take down the first stock. Starmus can't lose any more. He's used his one. Can he do it? Can he take Mixwell down the whole way? Mixwell actually doing a really good job at running it down, playing Palutena. It's a very in-your-face character. I mean, you can do it. It's very easy to do. If it's the right option, I can't really say. I've not played Palutena at that level, but losing the Luma this early, it's going to cripple a lot of Rosalina's kit.
Will indeed. Oh, great grab. Mixwell having the reads there onto Starmus as well. Starmus really needs to find the stock immediately to rejuvenate the hopes and dreams of Boise State. Now they'll hit the forward smash there though too. Palutena living to 140%, and she just standing there piling up as much extra credit as she can to cash in on this next stock.
Yeah, starting to build up those reward points. Unfortunately, those reward points can't give you a stock back as Rosalina just cashes out and is able to take them down a stock. However, Starmus is going to get it back in fold, and Mixwell is going to find themselves ahead by one stock yet again. Boise State finding themselves on their last stock. Nebraska looking to close this one out against the Rosalina. Still, I gotta commend Starmus getting a lot of damage in and really just kind of playing tricky.
Playing tricky indeed. This guy right here just knows how to win, and the dunks from Palutena is looking so good. Okay, a couple conversions coming out of Starmus. They're not going down without a fight. If they can find an up smash kill right here, there it is!
There's a side. It's not enough. It's a side, but it works just fine. We're 1-1. Boise State has a chance to take this one here.
And they do indeed. Palutena now with the back air as well. Trying to recover out of this one, but the down tilt 2 frame so good from Mixwell. They are keeping them on the ledge. They can't just not stop at all. But now, finally, a bit of a breathing room here from Starmus.
Yeah, a little bit of a read from the Palutena is going to result in a lot of damage. Not going to find it, though. Luma is back for Rosalina, so it's got a little bit more room to work with. However, Palutena just hitting like a truck and not letting Rosalina back on. The explosive flare is going to get a little bit of damage, but not going to find the kill once again. Rosalina finding themselves off the stage once more. Luma's dead again, unfortunately, but a nice aerial is going to close things out for Nebraska, winning 14-9 and finishing out the series 2-0, giving them the win. Honestly, that second round was a lot more competitive out of Boise State.
So much more competitive. They were more composed. They had the craziest comeback from Melfor against the Joker as well. They showed that they have the stuff to make things happen. But Nebraska, they came to play today, man. They really showed so much poise and prowess, and they deserved the win here. But Boise State shouldn't hang its head too low. They, at the very end, showed that they can have some composure despite being thoroughly beaten in the first series.
Yeah, I do have to give props where it is to Nebraska. Congratulations for the win in a great fashion, and congratulations and good job, Boise State, for this matchup. And also a really big thank you to everybody who decided to come out tonight. That really means the world to us as casters. It means the world to the players as well. And we hope that you guys enjoyed the packs too. I mean, we were all really proud of the packs. Riley did an amazing job on them. I gotta give accolades where accolades are due.
Incredible stuff. I didn't know about these until tonight. These are awesome. People have entire binders full of these, collected and trying to get the whole set.
Yeah, we got some people in office who are actually curating their own collections. Like, wow. I know our very own Doc Haskell is currently looking for a Coach K card. So if anybody's got a Coach K card, talk to Doc about it.
That'll be a rare one. That'll be a rare one right there.
But
indeed.
I will say that is all that we do have for you tonight. That is also it for the first half of the PEC season. PEC Fall is unfortunately over. We're sad to see it go. However, it won't be away for long, because tune in come spring, come January. We're going to have the second half where we're going to be picking up right where we left off. I personally can't wait to see how much these teams grow in that time. Doing a whole lot better than they did last year, and honestly, I cannot wait to see where they go from here. But with that being said, that's all that we have for you tonight. Make sure that you guys drive home safe, have a good one, and we hope to see you next time.
Have a good one.
Idaho Central Credit Union, looking after your daily balance.
Scott Matlock, underrated recruit, has built himself into one of the best defensive players in the Mountain West.
What would you do if you couldn't fail? Would you see every setback as a catalyst to keep going? This is the innovator's mindset, because innovation demands daring. It's finding thousands of ways that don't work, and the one that changes everything. It's when your unrelenting spirit sees the world's needs and says, I will create something better. So, what will you do? Will you let your genius run wild? Give yourself the space to be great? Set your sights on something even bigger, because we know changing the world doesn't happen by chance. It comes out of the blue.
Home is where you hang your hat, snuggle up, hide out. Home is when you're with the ones you love. It isn't just a place, it's a state of mind. At Idaho Central Credit Union, our home is Idaho. We grew up here, and we're proud to help more Idahoans with their home loan than any other financial institution. Idaho Central Credit Union. We believe home is where you make it.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Boise State Esports Arena. I actually lied to you because we have an interview for you guys today with our very own Overwatch and Super Smash Bros. Extraordinaire, Clear Overwatch.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah. So, okay. First of all, what a round! I mean,
thank you.
It's one of. I mean, I believe this is your second time on live.
Yeah.
Second time playing for the PEC. And overall, what a great game to witness. And honestly, I just kind of want to get your thoughts on the game. So, what are your thoughts?
So I think the first time I played in the PEC, at least for Smash, I was completely nervous. I had no idea what I was doing. I probably looked clueless. I think this time I definitely had a better idea of what I was doing, but I'm still such like a rookie in Smash. Like I actually joined the Smash team sort of as a joke with Doc at the beginning of the semester. I said, hey Doc, I think I'm pretty good at Smash. Let me get a chance to prove myself. And slowly but surely, I've been grinding. I want to shout out all of the Smash Bros. Teammates I have. They're all really amazing. Obviously, definitely better than I am, but they still are very kind to let me play to improve. And yeah, it was a fun time.
Yeah, it was honestly a really fun watch as well. We saw some major upsets. We saw some really good comebacks, especially out of Melfor in his second game. I mean, I certainly wasn't expecting that.
No,
that was
that
was crazy. But I do want to kind of get into the meat and potatoes. Your game, Game 3. Ness versus Zelda, a matchup that, in all intents and purposes, is very, very Zelda-sided. You took down to the wire. What are your thoughts on that one?
I'm honestly still disappointed. I couldn't pull it out. I really thought there was a chance for a moment that I could. I definitely started off very weak. Like I said, I'm just such a rookie. I don't really know like what my win conditions are, how I should be playing the neutral. So I think if I keep grinding when we don't have any games, I'll get a lot better. And I'm looking forward to getting better because this game is really fun.
Yeah, I can't wait to see you get better, too. I hope that you keep going with this, and honestly, you make a really good round out to the rest of the roster. And I think you are the only multifaceted gamer in the building right now.
Multi-sport athlete.
Yeah.
Dual threat.
Dual threat. That is exactly what you are. But once I appreciate you coming up on here for the interview. Do you have any shout-outs that you'd like to give?
Shout out to my family watching right now. It's late on the East Coast, but they're still supporting me. I appreciate it. Like I said earlier, shout out to all my Smash Bros. Teammates. All of them are really nice, really just welcoming. They teach me stuff that I don't know, and I'm really looking forward to next season. Both for Overwatch and Smash, I'm looking to get better at both of them. And hopefully come LAN time, we can take a few trophies.
Yeah, and especially with the PEC winding down for its first semester, going into the second, I cannot wait to see how all of our teams evolve and grow from there. But that will be all for tonight. I'm not lying to you this time. We don't actually have anything after this. But we hope that you guys will keep tuning in to Boise State Esports, as we still have quite a bit to go before Christmas break rolls around in a few weeks. So make sure you tune into our next stream, and we will catch you all later.
Right now, and she's trying to just back him up, use that knight at every chance she can. Things need to swing into Clear's favor fast.
Oh,
and that's how you do it! That's how you do it!
That is how you do it.
A forward tilt to take that one as well. Things are looking insane from the Nebraska scene.
Yeah, Smoothie really just looking to close this one out soon. He takes it with 3 stocks. He shuts out Boise State of a potential 2, but no, Supersonic is going to...
Now he'll hit the forward smash there though too. Peloton living to 140%, and she's just standing there piling up as much extra credit as she can to cash in on this next stock.
Yeah, starting to build up those reward points. Unfortunately, those reward points can't give you... Yeah, the iframes on the ledge grab are going to be enough. But, off the floor. The bounce is just not really going to be enough. However, at 173, just about everything will get him. And that's going to be a win for Boise State. But taking a lot of damage as the arson comes through. Will the taunt to stock loss combo come out to play? Melford taking a lot of damage and doing a lot of damage. He's able to get back. The stock